am having my mimosa. Well, act like this is a mimosa. Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Malifa Dlamini. If you are new here and if you're coming back, thank you. If you are new here, there's absolutely nothing that would make me more happy than you subscribing to my channel, so please subscribe. So today's another day and this is a sit down video. I haven't shot a sit down video in a long time, but I had actually shot this video and I didn't really like it. I didn't like the lighting on it. Was really bad, so I just decided not to post it but to rather reshoot it again. So I am going to have a conversation. I'm actually very nervous. I don't know if you can hear it from my voice. I'm actually very nervous. I am having my mimosa. Well, act like this is a mimosa. I was supposed to put a champagne but I forgot it somewhere, so I'm just really having an orange juice. I'm also having a fruit platter. It has blueberries, strawberries, plum, papaya, and some crackers, not crackers, Provitas. And I also have my notebook. This was the closest thing I could write on. So yeah, I hope that you guys are going to enjoy this video. I'm going to try and allow myself to be as vulnerable as much as possible, and I'm really nervous because this is a season. It's me having a conversation about a season that I'm currently in, so it's not so easy, but it's important for me that I actually put it out there. It's important that I actually document it because I believe there's a victory in my story. So this isn't a story time, but this is me having conversation with you guys. I don't even know what to title this video. I really do not know, but maybe I will just discover something as I go through or even afterwards. I'm gonna try and be as calm as possible so that I do not end up missing important details. So please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe if you've made it to this video. I really do appreciate your presence here. I hope that you're going to like it. Please do subscribe. To start the video, a couple of weeks ago I had a conversation with one of my colleagues, right? I had a conversation with my colleague Josejo, and we were just talking about a lot of general things, and then it so happened that we came across this Facebook post, or yeah, I think it was a Facebook post that said most lawyers actually think that they are brave, but they are not. They're just bold, you know. And we literally went into that post and we just like started diving in, and then I was like, I actually think that I am 1 2 3, and he said, I actually thought I was 1 2 3, you know. We're just having a general conversation about it. And after that post and after that conversation, I couldn't really help but think that I'm actually not the person that I've been thinking I am. All this time I really thought that I'm actually very brave, and you can imagine by the virtue of my profession, it's so easier to actually even misunderstand it. I thought that because I am in a profession for the bravest, I'm actually brave, but actually I'm not. I'm just bold, you know. I'm able to articulate myself. I'm able to argue my point, you know. I'm quite really bold, right? Having went through that, I went through a couple of scenarios with Josejo that I told him that I actually think, as a result of this is actually what makes me to feel like I'm not as bold. I'm not as brave as I think I am, you know. And I had told him one of the scenarios that, you know, if I was in a position where God had told me to do something, I don't think I was gonna go ahead with it because I don't think I have faith enough to do it. But not necessarily the faith, it's because I'm not brave enough to do it. So I end up just sitting back and saying, okay, maybe not. Okay, maybe that's not what God is actually saying, you know. And even if I was in a position, like if I was in an environment where I am quite unhappy, or if I didn't really like the environment that I'm at, I'm not necessarily the person to actually leave at first instance. I'm the one to actually give something another opportunity, or the benefit of the doubt to say that actually no, this can get better, or if maybe we think about this, even if like I was having conversation with some people and I didn't really know, or I didn't really want to engage in the particular conversation, I don't think I'm the one to actually say no guys, don't talk about this around me, but instead I would literally entertain it until a certain point, and I'm just I'd rather even sit back a little bit. But if I was the bravest person that I thought I would actually take an action to say no, I'm not going to entertain this, or I would actually even leave, so that's another thing that actually made me realize that I'm actually not as brave as I thought I could. That was point number 1. And point number 2, I was also having a conversation with one of my friends, old friend from varsity, and I was telling her that as a person growing up, I thought I'm changing, but I realized that there's so much that happens around us that you actually realize that sometimes it's not even you, but it's the other people. It's one thing to actually realize that you're growing or that you're changing, and it's another for the people around you to actually change and grow, and for you to realize that it's actually them that are growing or them that are changing, and not you particularly. Firstly, growth can really be growth is definitely in a good way, and change can be good, change cannot be good, for lack of a better word. When something, I'll refer to change as something that doesn't happen in a good state, and I'll refer to growth as change that happens in a good state, right? So I also had missed an opportunity of being able to determine whether I am changing, and that is in a bad way, or I am growing, and that is in a good way. And most of the time when I could actually pinpoint it, I had always missed it. And I missed it because I always thought that it was me that was changing. Like, I think that maybe I'm becoming this wrong person, this not so nice person. Something about me is not right, and only to realize that no, actually, sometimes people around you change and they grow, and it has absolutely nothing to do with you, but everything to do with them. So you must be able to determine and distinguish whether are you the one, or is it the people, and whether you are not mistaking yourself for the people, so this will actually teach you to not be too hard on yourself, that when you experience change around you, or even within you, you are actually aware. It actually causes one to actually be very mindful of the situation around them and within them. I've always been one conscious person with my health, with my growth. I'm intentional. I live a very routine life. I invest in my habits. I really work on them. So when something is happening within me, I'm most likely to have contributed to it, and I'm most likely to have seen it happening. Or when sometimes I'm unable to pinpoint what is it with me, the change with me, I know that it's definitely not me, but the people around me, or the situations around me, or rather the circumstances in general. That is point number 2. And then I was listening to a podcast not so long ago by Sis Gugu. It's an uncomfortable growth. And one of the podcast that I listened to was talking about the art of letting go. And just turning 25, and she was saying that at 25 you actually question a lot about yourself. And I listened to that and I was just like, Batong, I'm actually at 25 and I don't think I'm where I am supposed to be. And it's not necessarily because I am not where I am supposed to be. Thank you. So it's not necessarily because I'm changing. No, I missed it. So the podcast was about the art of letting go, and when I went through it, I actually realized that I'm 25 and I'm not necessarily where I wish I want to be. Yes, there's so much of accomplishments that I've done, there's so much that I've done for myself. I've done well for myself, and I'm currently really pushing really hard, but it's not really where I'm supposed to grow. And at 25, you really kind of question a lot. Like, you're kind of worried, like, not necessarily worried, but it kind of makes sense for you to be questioning, am I gonna get married? Am I gonna have kids? Or when, not necessarily am I gonna have, but when am I gonna get married? When am I gonna have kids? You know, it's so easy for those things. But those things haven't really been the biggest thing on my mind. The biggest things on my mind have really obviously been thriving in my career, and you know, just being establishing myself as a person, and really doing well for myself, and being like kind of mentally, emotionally, socially, spiritually good space, you know, which is what is really, really, really important. More than being married, having kids, whatever, what is important for me is being at a good state holistically, you know. And in the process of being 25, I kind of had a lot of questions around that, and I realized that I'm lacking at a lot of things, you know, which this I will share on the next video that I'm going to shoot. But a lot of things have been shocking me. Like, for a 25-year-old, I'm quite really shocked for the things that I actually am going through. I keep wondering, like, what is happening? What am I going through, you know? And I also feel like some certain parts of me are being shed off me. I feel like I'm also being molded and shielded, you know, made. But in that, there are parts of me that are being cut, and a lot of things that are being, you know, that are released so that I could be in a good space. At least this is how I'm trying to look at the situation. Because I mean, like, if you were in my shoes right now, you'd actually think that, like, there's no reason for you to be alive. Which crossed my mind quite a lot. But I luckily, thank God, I'm actually not suicidal. But it's not easy for me to go through the shedding. It's really, really painful, I don't want to lie. And I'm also not despising the fact that God's plans for my life are bigger than me. You know, it's not just about anything. There's a lot that God has for me in store. And the best thing I can do for myself is trust in God, and trust that his plans for me are for me to prosper, you know. And this is the season in my life where I'm just realizing that it's important for me to pour into myself more than I actually pour into others. I give so much that I sometimes even leave myself dry, and it's never really worth it. To a certain extent, it's never really worth it. Another thing that contributed, this is the third point, the podcast is the third point. And then another book that I've just recently come across, which is Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer. Quite really simple book, very simple, but the lessons are hilarious. So the lessons I've learned in this book are what I am actually really trying to apply to what is happening in my life right now. So Who Moved My Cheese is a story of 4 characters: Sniff, if I remember well, Sniff, Scurry, Ham, and Ho. Sniff, Scurry are really like very organized, and they have life figured out. They're always looking out for ways. These are like 2 mice, and they're always looking for opportunities, you know, to find new cheese, just like that. And then Ham and Ho are 2 characters which are really like normal people, just tiny like mice. I think this is cartoons, but you know, if you really read it and read it with an open mind, you'll actually realize it's a very interesting book. So one of them, Ham and Ho, when they discovered this cheese in their life, they realized that they were so comfortable. Actually, they were very comfortable with the cheese. They loved it, and they didn't even want to move. They knew their spot. This is where they wanted to go. Having went through these characters, I actually realized that I'm one person that is actually very comfortable with where I am, what I have. You know, sometimes it's very difficult to even want to push through, because I'm just like, but I have it so good, like everything is going so well, you know. I'm still in that position where I am actually sitting, and I feel like this is the right thing that's going on is the right thing, and I'm not supposed to be doing anything else, but I'm in the right space. So one of them actually realized that no, it doesn't serve me to just be here. I must go look for the other cheese. And the other one was just like, no, it will come back, you know, you're just hoping that things will get well, you know. And the other one was like, nope, I'll go, I'll run. And you know, and he kept like, you know, he pushed until he really got through something. And the other one, we don't really know what happened, but he just stayed in the same position. So what I learned from the story is that if you don't change, you will become extinct. And I don't know, I thought I'm okay with change, but I'm very scared of change. This is what the book has made me realize. And another question that came from the book is, what would you do if you weren't afraid? One of the things that actually really leads me back is fear. I live in so much fear that what if things don't work out? What if I lose 1, 2, 3? What if I never get an opportunity to do 1, 2, 3? Which is what really pulls me back, because I mean, what is the reason? There's absolutely no reason for me to be living like that. Yeah, I think I'm really living in fear. It says movement in a new direction helps you find new shoes. One of the things that I took from the book is that looking at a different direction can actually really help me find something new, like the direction that is new, you know. I probably make better decisions, right? And then it says the quicker you let go of the old, the sooner you find the new, which is also another dilemma that I'm struggling with, because I'm just like, oh, this is so precious to me, oh, I love those, oh, this is so good for me, but I do not even realize how much in the process it's actually hurting me, you know, and doesn't serve me anymore, you know. And the last thing is, be ready to change and enjoy it again. And I must say that it's important that I actually put this here, because I mean, I'm turning 25 and it's gonna come with a lot of change. It's gonna come with a lot of change already, like it's happening. There's a lot of shedding, there's a lot of pain going on, there's a lot of, you know, sadness, there's a lot of hard work, and there's a lot of prayers behind it, you know. And it's okay, right? It's okay. It's quite difficult now, excuse me. It's quite difficult now, but I really need to be able to move with change and actually enjoy it. This is really the lessons that I just wanted to share, right? It probably does not make sense now, but it will soon. It will definitely make sense. Because unfortunately some things we can't really go into depth with, but it's important for me that I really put this here, you know, for my own benefits and my own purpose, right? Because I'm going to be able to look into this moment one day and say, actually, this is what this lesson is this is where I'm actually headed to, right? So what I'm saying is that all the lessons that I've learned from this book is what I'm going to apply. And for all the 4 points that I've mentioned, there's definitely a growth that needs to happen. Instead of thinking that I'm actually brave or bold, I must actually be brave and make some moves. That's a message to me. Be brave and be bold. Be brave and actually take the action. And then another one is, sometimes the growth is not necessarily within you, but it's around you. Be mindful of that. So basically be aware or be conscious of what is happening around me, and let go, you know. Let go. The art of letting go, there's really power in letting go, you know. Let go and then move, you know, in a new direction, and I'll find a new cheese. And this is me saying to myself, it's about time we move in the new direction, and we will definitely find new cheese. I don't know, you can tell me what you think about this. I was just probably ranting here, but like, this really is so important for me to actually put here, and you guys will find out really soon. But it's very important that you also go through the lessons for yourself, apply them in your life, and you know, do the necessary change while it's still necessary. But anyway, I just want to say thank you so much if you have made it until the end of this video. It was quite a lengthy one. I'm also exhausted from talking, but actually I actually enjoyed sharing so much. I hope that you have enjoyed it as much as I have enjoyed shooting it. Please do not forget to like this video, please do not forget to comment, and please do not forget to subscribe. So much love to you guys. Bye.